Johnson with the Storybook, and I'm here today at Lili Alessandra home. We are in the Vineyard Shopping Center in San Antonio, Texas. We're having a fun pre-Valentine's event, as you can see. If you tune in about 30 minutes, we are going to be doing a fun presentation where you can learn how to build the perfect bed. And as you can see right behind me, these are some of the amazing linens and bedding that we are going to be talking about today. So again, in about 20 to 30 minutes, tune right back on in here and we'll be doing that presentation. Thank you so much. It's Tori Johnson with the Storybook. Again, we are here at Lili Alessandra home, located at the Vineyard Shopping Center in San Antonio, Texas. Tune back in just about 10 minutes. We are going to be doing a live demonstration to teach you how to build the perfect bed. Thank you so much. See you in about 10 minutes.
Someone. I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Sandra. The reason why we're here, Lili Alessandra is my company, and I have a couple of great people here that have been part of creating and helping us build Lili Alessandra. I'll announce them later. But tonight, I have a great visitor here that I want to introduce. Most of you know, which is Tori Johnson. We're thrilled to have her here. And Tori, in case you haven't read, has a wonderful blog. It's called The Storybook. And she's dynamite, and you should start following her. She's just great. We've had a lot of fun putting this whole event together. I also want to mention one thing. For those of you who are here and don't know anything about Lili Alessandra, please ask my sales consultants, my sales designers over there, my experts, about our Platinum Club. Our Platinum Club is kind of a VIP program. We'd love for you to join us. There's no fee, but through the Platinum Club, we get all kinds of goodies. So on your first purchase, you're given a 25% discount, which is always fun. But more than that, there's all kinds of incentives, and every time we have a special event or we do trend ideas, you will be part of that exclusive newsletter, if you will. So I hope you all get to join it. Please tell your friends about it. Lili Alessandra is a new company to San Antonio. This is our first flagship retail store, so we're very proud of it. This is my hometown, so we wanted to kind of showcase the best of Lili Alessandra here in San Antonio. But to give you a little history on us, we have been around for a while, about 7 years or something like that. It seems like 20 or 30 sometimes, but we sell to a lot of stores throughout the country, and we do a little bit of international. So a lot of people know the brand, but there wasn't that much brand awareness in San Antonio. So we really wanted to kind of create the best of Lili Alessandra here in San Antonio, and we hope that you just tell everybody about us. That would be great. Also tonight, all proceeds tonight, and if you should come back tomorrow and want to do shopping tomorrow because you don't have time tonight, we will honor the proceeds tomorrow. 20% of all proceeds are going to go to CRIT. And I want to introduce somebody there that is going to talk to us about CRIT is Ellie Leeper. Come on, Ellie. Ellie, I know for a long time, she's all grown up and gorgeous now. And she is public relations in marketing, right? So please tell us a little bit about CRIT, if you will.
Well, thank you, Sandra, for this, and Tori. The CRIT stands for Children's Rehabilitation Institute, and it's a new medical center for children with disabilities that's next to Morgan's Wonderland, and we are the first foreign medical model to be imported to the United States. We're actually from Mexico originally, but it's a comprehensive center. You know, the treatment, a child with a disability, we treat not only the child but also the parents and the siblings, and we have a one-stop shop full of specialists and doctors and therapists and social workers and, you know, everybody amazing to treat these children. And it's an incredibly fun, happy place. I encourage you all to come and take a tour. And we opened in November of 2014, so we're now, hitting the ground running with. We have a full patient population of 600 children, and they come from over 28 states in the U.S. to San Antonio. This is the only facility of its kind in the whole United States.
Wow.
So it's a real asset to San Antonio, and it's a great place to come visit and volunteer. And so thank you, ladies, for choosing CRIT as the charity for tonight.
That's right. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to get started. This is something that I want you all to learn a little bit about. If you have questions, please stop us. But I'm just going to explain a little bit about bedding. Bedding obviously is something that I'm very passionate about. If you were going to build your room or you wanted to update your bedroom, there's some basic components that you should always be thinking about. And even though we all love beautiful things, sometimes people really aren't sure where to begin when it comes to the bedroom and when it comes to bedding, because there's so many options. So I'm going to give you some recommendations, and Tori is here to help me. So you're going to kind of watch a before and after. And also, we videotaped this yesterday. It feels like it was today. And so you'll be able to see it probably online, so you'll be able to see a little bit more about what we're talking about today. All right, so what we're going to do, what I do in my home, I'm going to talk to you about. Okay, so I have a beautiful duvet at the foot of the bed. To me, and this is my personal choice, there's no rules here. That's the good part. You get to create and decide what you want. And many of us have someone next to us, they say, my husband doesn't like this, so we have to always think about our husbands as well. Okay, so my duvet is always at the foot of the bed. All of my product on this bed is washable. That's number one. You want to really get at something that's durable. But because it's Lili, Alessandra, our look is sort of glam, if you haven't noticed. So we usually pick fabrics that are very luxurious. Our velvets are washable, and you'll see a lot of velvets throughout our entire assortment. So what I do every night is I put my duvet at the foot of the bed. I happen to have a bench, and I put it and just toss it over, okay? So we don't sleep on the duvet. My husband's going, oh my God, how much more are you going to say? Okay, so let's take these guys off, and we're just going to start from scratch. Okay. Tori and I are experts at this because we did this a couple of times yesterday. And then I'm going to take this off. Let's just put it right here. Okay. All right. So, if you're building a bed, you obviously want to think of the colors in your room. That's the first thing. And if you have a particular color scheme in mind, it works. I'm a big believer in neutrals. And believe it or not, this gorgeous gray is considered to be a neutral. It just goes back and works with everything. You kind of see around the room, gray is kind of like the new white. What I like about the silver is that it's elegant, it's neutral, but it's not so dark that it kind of eats up the light in the room. All right, so the first thing that you need to decide when you're doing a bedding, I believe in picking out your bed sheets, okay? I say treat yourself, get a nice, beautiful set of bed sheets. We happen to have some here by Lili, Alessandra. These are actually made in Italy. This is the first time that we're introducing our Italian bed sheets. But remember, the bed sheets closest to. It's what's going to be next. So you want to have something that you love. It's just the way I'm gonna share it. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Okay, so. All right, so what we want to do is you want to pick your bed sheets. I like the idea of it coordinating a little bit. I'll show you, this is a set of Italian bed sheets that we just introduced, and you'll notice that there's a little bit of embroidery on it, which is kind of our one of our signature things that we do. The coverlet. The coverlet is washable. All of my velvets are actually washed ahead of time. They're what we call pre-washed. I run the velvets in 8 colors. They're very luxurious, they feel wonderful, and you can wash them and you can live in them, which is very nice. You can still have a glam look, but it still is durable. I think the velvet is probably the most durable thing on my line, believe it or not. We sell it like crazy, and I think a lot of customers don't think of velvet for the winter time necessarily. They think about it as just that decorative piece. So the way I like to sleep is I have my bed sheet and I have my coverlet, my quilted piece. It doesn't have to be velvet. I'm just showing you velvet. And if you walk around the room, you'll see a lot of other options. So to me, this is how you sleep, okay? But everybody has their own way of doing it. If you pick a quilted piece, I like then coming back and working with another quilted piece as far as the euro, because we're in Texas, everything is big here is what I always say. So we kind of created this very large euro, and we're not the only ones that have this, but we've been selling this like crazy since we opened the line. So we call this a luxury euro, and it's larger, it's 27 by 36, and it's, there's a million ways to do your bed, but to be able to kind of put it together and have a couple of things kind of coordinating, I think is always fun. So this is my luxury euro, which you can put here. I put the pillowcases in the back, so that's what I sleep on. But when I dress up the bed, you don't have to see those pillowcases. Okay, so some people will say, well, this is really good looking. I like this. And some people might just stop here, or maybe put one decorative pillow and say, this is a good look. It's elegant, and we don't want to add a whole lot. It's kind of up to you. That's the beautiful part when you're building your bedding, is that you get to create it yourself. I have so many options on our line that you can mix and match and have fun. So I would say think of it like your wardrobe and enjoy it and try to fix it where it'll make you happy. The other thing I like to do when I'm doing quilted pieces is I like to have something that I can change around. So if you've got this silver, right now you're going to see that we matched it up with a white with silver, okay? But say it's fall and you want something a little bit richer. So you take that off. There's other kinds of just different coverlets that we have that might be a little bit warmer. So I say get a basic component that will give you more of an investment, and then be able to use that basic component, and you can kind of change the look around and not have to start all over again. So it's just like when you're doing your basic wardrobe. So I know I'm just rattling.
Why don't you also show them the inside of the coverlet?
Thank you. Okay, so what's fun about my coverlets is the back of it is a silky fabric. We call it Silk and Sensibility. So you kind of have two in one, and it's a little bit lighter color. So you can sleep on the silkier fabric, which is even also, it feels great up to the skin, or you can sleep, or you could turn it around and sleep on the velvet. But you kind of have to. All of my coverlets come with a reversible Silk and Sensibility fabric. It's kind of a complementary contrasting color. So that is just a nice little plus that we talked about. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay,
Sandra, where is everything made?
Okay, I have factories overseas. I call them my boutique factories because we have found a factory in China that does all of our quilting. It's a small factory. It's not because our stuff is made with so much hand detail. I had to search high and low to find a factory that could work on the kind of detail that we were looking for. So to answer your question, we have a couple of factories in China, and then we have a wonderful factory that's been with us since the very beginning out of India, where all of the handwork is done. So we kind of merged the two parts of the world, and kind of just, that's how we do it, and created Lili Alessandra. So now, these are options, okay? This is part of the bedding collection that we're choosing today, and I happen to like adding my Euros, which is part of this collection, is almost like a decorative, because as you'll notice, I have a hand applique. This is a washable linen. The velvet is washable. And in this particular collection, we designed it to work back with the velvet. So I like the idea of bringing back the 2 Euros and then putting it in front of the Luxe Euros, the quilted pieces. Okay, once again, you could stop there and say, I love it. It's perfect. It gives me enough what I need. Or you might want to just add one more decorative pillow, or you might want to add one more thing that I'm going to show you. Oh, the one thing else I wanted to remind you is we're working on a queen size bed. Most of us have king size beds in our master bedroom. So remember, it's going to take a little bit, you're going to need to add. A lot of people see in the show, when we do shows, the 2 beds, the pillows, and they go out, I don't need that 3rd pillow. When you get to a king size bed, you're going to have something missing. You're not going to know what it is. And it's because you didn't scale it for you. You think it's going to be fine, but it really isn't. The other thing I needed to mention is that what I love about my Luxe Euros, They're that luxury 27 by 36. On the queen, you need 2, but on the king, you only need 2 as well. You don't need to put a third one because it will stick out too much. So it gives you kind of a clean, streamlined look, and also it saves you on money. It's one less pillow. So, all right. So I like the decorative pillows. In this particular case, this is what we call Euro. It's our standard Euro. It's a 26 by 26. Okay. So next, I'm going to show you the duvet on top. Let's do the duvet on top. Okay. So yes.
You only need 2 of the king?
No, on the king, this I would recommend 3.
The ones behind it.
You only need 2.
So there'll be a gap?
No, there won't be a gap. I promise you. These are 27. This is 27 by 36, and 36 by 36 is 72, and that's pretty much the width of a king. It's just kind of crunched together right now on a queen. There's no way you can put a stick. It'll work. It looks nice, and it gives you a good look, I think. Okay. So I'm going to take this off for a second. I want to show you a couple of things. Okay. So perfect. Thank you. Okay. So I wanted to show you. This is a duvet. We call this Soho. It has names. It's a new introduction for us this 2016. And if you'll notice, the lines are very clean. We just did simple lines here, which has kind of been a big hit for us. We've done several versions of just the applique on the side and then applique on the pillow. So a lot of people want something simple, and also this it could go very masculine as well. So it's great for a master bedroom because it's still elegant, but it also is something that a gentleman would feel comfortable in as well. So you can also start here. This is a queen duvet on a queen, and finish here. I mean, you can add your layers based on what you want. And a lot of times people mix and match colors. So I'm going to do the throw at the end. So what we do next is we did this kind. All right. So at this point, what I say is, then you really get to have some fun, and then you pick your decorative pillows. Lili Alessandra actually started a company before we were Lili Alessandra. We were a company called Lili & Company, and it was nothing but decorative pillows. So pillows has sort of been always our passion. It's like the jewelry. You'll notice a lot of embellishment on our pillows. There's all kinds of beautiful hand craftsmanship to our pillows. So that's just sort of our signature. So I always say a Lili Alessandra bed needs to have 1 to 2 to 3 decorative pillows, depending on what you want. In this particular case, a lot of times you could put 2 of these right here and finish it off. And you'll see a lot of beds where we put the 2 pillows. But there's no rule. There's no. You get to do whatever you wish, and you just have to do what works right in the room for you. In this particular case, what we did today is we put one gorgeous decorative pillow. This pillow is called Mozart. The pattern is beautiful, and it's got a lot of movement to it. So I loved mixing Mozart with the Soho because the Soho has got such clean lines to it. So I thought we could add a little bit of kind of what we're known for, which is our French motifs. And this is just another fun. This is actually a standard sham. It's part of the bedding collection. We do this in a standard sham is a 20 by 26, and we also will do this in the 20 by 36. But once it's part of the bedding collection, but because we add the applique to it, it's really more about a decorative piece. So in this particular case, we kind of just got real creative, and we put it in front. Here's what I'm trying to say is you can get to do whatever you want. You get to mix and you get to match, and you can have a lot of fun with your room, and you don't have to reinvent your room. One of the things that our design consultants are very good at is if you'll take snaps of your house or your room and tell us what you already have in there, and then send it to us, we can start pulling ideas for you. And you may want to start all over, or we could work with certain components that you have and kind of pull it together. I mean, we work with bedding, and we work with photographs all the time. So it's kind of a neat way to do it, especially now with social media the way it is. And you will be surprised how just adding 2 or 3 things can really finish off the room, and it just really pulls the whole thing together. Okay, so how do you like this so far?
Great.
Okay. So how many would have it just like this, just the way it is today? Okay, let's write them up. Then the next step is, because we're Lili Alessandra and we love beautiful things, I did this magnificent throw. Okay, this throw is truly like a work of art. A little bit towards you. Okay, this is totally your personal choice. Okay.
How much is something like that?
Oh my God! I can't believe you're asking me these questions. For you? This piece is handmade. Okay. But to me, this is an investment piece, and I of course, there's a lot of ways that you can do what I call the throw. But sometimes when the design is that gorgeous, I just say we're going to do it and we're going to do it right. So in this particular case, this design almost like spoke to me. That's why I named it Mozart, because I thought the pattern was just so beautiful. So sometimes we do the design where it doesn't have as much work. This thing is like
And that's
crazy.
washable too.
This one is washable too. Let me show you the whole thing.
Alessandra, you can make a shawl.
Yeah,
take the other.
Okay, so this is the actual thing. This is the actual pattern.
Exquisite.
It's gorgeous. A lot of times people will take this piece and they'll put it, they'll fill out will be a chase
Right.
or something else interesting. Actually, this could also be it's amazing. Yeah, this is like a special piece. And a lot of people will say, I love this piece. I'm not going to do the duvet. I'm just going to do the coverlet. And then they put that piece. It's almost like becomes like a foot rubber, if you will. Sometimes we call them throws, and we also call them bed scarves. So I like just doing it though exactly how I'm showing you. But it is truly just an additional piece. Okay, it's not something that you have to have. Or once again, someone else in another room may have all their entire white bedding and they want to pop it out a little bit, and they add this one piece. So it's kind of the finishing touch, and it's truly up to you. You get to play, you get to create, and my team is really good at that. I'm gonna ask you just to kind of, when you can, glance over to the bed on the right. Those are two bedding collections that we put together. That is gold velvet, which is very jewel tone, and we mix it with seafoam. We never intended to have those mixed together, but that's just an example of the kind of mixing and matching that you can do within the line. So I heard some ladies talking about the drapery panels. That if you'll notice, is Mozart, which is, this pattern is driving me crazy. So I have them all over the store. We've made this into drapery panels. In our store here today, we customized these drapery panels at an extra long height. But we are stocking the drapery panels at 10 feet tall, and we're carrying them in stock. We used to do drapery panels where it was completely customized, and it would take a while to get it. We now carry these drapery panels that you see here tonight in stock. So tell me questions, anything, any ideas people are wanting to ask? Or is there anything anybody learned? Yes, please. Hi.
Hi. I'm always curious to know whether to make a bed all the way to the edge of the headboard or flip it over, and show the pretty embroidery on the sheets.
Okay.
But
I think once again, you can do it both ways. If you have gorgeous sheets, I would show them. If you have nice sheets but they're not gorgeous, I wouldn't show them. Maybe that helps. I have both of those in my house. So and there's some days that you want to take it all. When you want to take the coverlet all the way to the end, is what you're saying, right? Is that what you're saying?
yes, exactly. Because my customers and I myself just want to always spend the time
Fixing it up.
to make the bed perfectly, so that
Right.
when you flop it over and dispose those sheets, it seems to be like a little more casual way.
Right. I think that's a very good point. There would be so many ways that we could, if you'll notice, I actually did the coverlet kind of tucked tight underneath, okay? I did that for a purpose, just to kind of give it a different look. But most of the time, I have the coverlet straight on. They're not tucked underneath, and it starts to give you a more relaxed look. So yes, it's like our clothing. It's like our jewelry. We get to kind of create. I just think if you make investment pieces, wise investment pieces, then you're going to be able to use them and get a lot of mileage out of them. I try to do my wardrobe that way, and I think you should think about that when you're doing your bedding as well. It's going to make you very happy, and it's going to hopefully work, and you pick in the right colors where it's going to give you can mix and match it with other colors. Did I answer your question, sort of? Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so we talked about the platinum color. I missed a few things. I want Tori to kind of visit a little bit and talk about this amazing blog that she has, because I didn't really chance to talk. No, I want you to talk a little bit about it, if you will, because then make that up.
Oh, well, thank you again so much for having me today, Sandra. We have had so much fun in the last couple of days, and just like she said, yesterday we actually filmed this in a video, so it's going to be short, quick tips on how to build the perfect bed. So as soon as that's ready, we'll have that on my blog. Again, it's thestorybook.com. I cover fashion and beauty and all things pretty, just like everything in this store. And we're also planning to have a lot of other tutorials. So if any of you have something that you would like to learn about, let us know. We'd love to do a video about it. And let us know if you have any questions afterwards as well.
I'm glad you brought that up, because this is kind of the beginning of doing a series of videos and maybe events where we educate ourselves on different topics that have to do with the home or the bedroom. So we're calling this the how-to series. There'll be others that we're going to be talking about how to care for your linens, how to make decisions about drapery panels, how to care for velvets, which is my favorite subject because I sell a lot of velvets. And if you guys communicate with us or with Tori, and there's something in particular you would like to know about, if it's in our world, we'll consider talking about it.
And your website, Sandra?
Yes, and I have a website. And the video is going to be on the website, and everything you ever want to know about Lili Alessandra is in this magnificent website.
On lilialessandra.com.
Thank you.